Well, I tell you what, this is a real roller coaster of a season. I think we can safely say that we are quite, at this point, a mid table Vanarama National League team with this yo yo that we got going on. Hey, this is Mike. I am the manager of Chorley here in the Vanarama National League. This is Season 2, Episode 5, and since we were last together, we've had some things going on. We've changed schedule a little bit. We were going to come back for the Torquay match, but just because of recording stuff, that match I recorded didn't quite work. And so we are playing Sutton and Aldershot today. Since we were last together, we played. What did we play last time? Havant W and Solihull Moors. We were on that bad run, and then we came in and won a couple games there. Then we went on a good run. We beat Bromley 2-1, a team that was above us in the table. Then we destroyed Curzon Ashton 6-2 in the FA Trophy, showing that we are definitely not a Vanarama North League team, but belong in the National League here. And that continued with a 1-0 win against Barnet, just coming off a penalty. Then we had a disappointing showing in a 2-0 loss to Eastleigh, which our defense really let us down. Our center defense let us down in that game. But we bounced back with a 3-1 win against Woking. We started playing Lewis Riley, who had been complaining about playing time and then did not play very well in our bad run here, not scoring any goals. Well, all of a sudden, he just started scoring goals, and he scored 2 against Woking in our 3-1 win. He scored again in the 1-1 draw against Yeovil, and then he scored again in the FA Trophy 1-1 draw against Hartlepool. We decided not to have extra time in that match, and so they had to play us at home, where we beat them 2-0 to knock them out of the FA Trophy. And then in Torquay, we had a 1-0 loss where our defense just did not play very well. Our midfield, or our attacking midfielders, also did not play very well, and so we lost some of that potency. But with all those results, we are sitting currently in 15th. So just at that mid-table point, we are 9 points off of the relegation zone. So that's good, but we are also only 6 points off of a playoff spot. So very tight in this league. I have also had 2 job interviews. Torquay actually reached out with a job interview for me back when they were sitting down around here. And I went to the interview, and then they gave the job to someone else. And I just had an interview with Bromley, who's sitting up here in 13th. They're wanting to get into the playoffs as their minimum. And so they have sacked their manager and have offered me an interview. And we'll see where it goes. The media don't think it's going to happen, as they said that I do have a hefty compensation fee in my contract, which may not be affordable to Bromley. Which, you know what, is fine. Other Vanarama National League teams that offer me job interviews, and there's been about 4 or 5 of them now, none of them have offered me even a contract yet. I'm willing to do the interviews, see if they offer me some more money, but I am quite happy at Chorley here in the league. I'd be more interested in a job in the league above. So those are the ones that we'd really push for if someone offers. But I'm happy at Chorley right now, so I'm not going to be looking for a new job. But all that said, actually, we do have some other things. Some people have left us. Ollie Shenton has left us for Accrington. He said he would have been very upset if I did not accept or did not allow him to talk with Accrington. So we bumped it up to get around his value for 17K coming in. It'll bump up to 20K when he plays 50 games for them. And then Matt Irwin, who has been all angry with his playing time, signed with Southport on a free. And so those are the sales that have come. But that is about it for now. And so we go into our game against 21st place Sutton. And this is how we are lining up for this match. Hilton remains in net. Scott Leather will play on the right-hand side. He has not played very well last couple games, but our other right defender is injured and more, and I'm not a big fan of Birch, so Captain Leather stays in. Bailey and Kennedy have formed a great partnership in that center D, and so they remain as their center defenders, and Lewis Baines comes out to the left left-hand side there. Ingwesen and Tomlinson will play in that center mid position. Newbie plays out on the left. Ebanks, who's been really great on the right, plays on the right. Boadu comes in where Shenton had been playing the attacking midfield the last few games and doing well there, but now he's gone, so Boadu comes back in. And Riley, who's the striker on form, will come up into that striker position. And that is how we are lining up for this match at home against Sutton, a team that is trying to fight itself out of the relegation spots, but we should be able to get a good result here, and that is what we are going to hope for. Show me what you can do, guys, and let's get out there and do it. And so we are off with a Sutton kickoff, and Todd Ebanks, 4 minutes in, is injured. So that's a great start. We are going to bring in the young 19-year-old Rafael Garcia, who's been doing quite well for us since I've brought him in. He's kind of the bench replacement now for Ollie Shenton, who will see some game time where Shenton would come in. Rafael Garcia is probably going to be coming in now. And so we have a highlight as Sutton comes down on the attack. They pass back to Mensah, their center D, who passes all the way back to their goalkeeper, who will hold the ball before kicking upfield right to Captain Leather, who will carry it down that right-hand side. We'll pass it back to Bailey, who will hoof it forward to Riley, who can't get on the end of it. And now Sutton comes back towards us down that left-hand side with Ingwesen with a great tackle there. Garcia will pick up the ball, pass it back to Leather. Leather will try to put it forward onto Riley. A great ball forward, and Riley will put it in the net, but he is offside. Despite that, that was a great pass there by Leather to pick out. We won't even see the line, I don't think. Oh yeah, he was way offside. All right, so it was a really good ball. I'm disappointed that that wasn't a goal, because I'm impressed by Scott Leather with that. But we continue on, and sitting at the draw, we are still sitting firmly in 15th place. So now we've dropped down to 16th there, but it is really close, as you can tell, like 9 points between us and the relegation zone and 6 points between us and the playoff spot. There is everything to play for still at about the halfway point of the season, over the halfway point of the season. So we are now in the 30th game of the season. But nothing else is really happening here. We do have a little bit more of the attacking, and then we get a highlight right before halftime as it gets thrown into Newbie, who will carry it up to the top of the box, take a shot from range, saved by House. Garcia will jump on the rebound, but House will save that again. Some solid keeping by the Sutton goalkeeper, and that will keep it at the 0-0 draw going into halftime. We've got the edge about us. If we keep pushing, we should win here. Lewis Riley needs to stay on side and pick it up a little bit here at 6.3. But our first highlight comes early in the second half with Sutton, but we win the ball back. Newbie hits it up to Riley, who will carry it past his defender, go down and get tackled at the edge of the box. The clear only goes as far as Leather, who will put it into Garcia. Garcia back to Ingwesen, into Tomlinson, into Riley, out to Newbie. Newbie will take the shot and just rifle that into the top of the net for his 8th of the season, and we are deservedly up 1-0. Some great passing play there between the midfielders into Riley, who puts a nice lateral pass over to Newbie, who has all the space in the world to put that on the far side of the net. And we are up 1-0. You can say it's a tight offside, but it's not that tight. And that bumps us up into 14th in the league. 3 of us tied on 40 points. I think these 3 teams, us and whoever those other 2 teams are, have been tied on the same points multiple times throughout the last month and a half. So it's always goal differential it comes down to. We start catching up in that goal differential, and then we have like a 2-0 loss against Eastleigh or something like that. That bumps our goal differential back down. But we are in the attack here. Garcia will use his pace to come forward and take a shot, but it's an easy one for House to just gather up, who will then drop kick it forward into Baines, who will just clear it back to them. And now Sutton has possession. They play a great ball through to McKendy, who will try to get the cross, but it's blocked there. Comes back into him out wide now. Another cross comes in. They're putting on some pressure, and that is a shot from range I thought looked destined for the net, but missed. And so we remain 1-0 here in the 56th minute. I forgot the second half. I almost would have just blown right by the time for some substitutions. But as we look, we have gotten some pretty good form in here. Gwesson hasn't been playing well. Kennedy's now a little tired, so we'll make a couple of subs here. We are going to bring Lewis Baines into the middle for Kennedy. And I have already made one sub. And I don't have any center defenders on the bench. So I guess Kennedy will have to remain playing. So instead, it will be Ingwesson's going to come off for Butterfield. And I think we will... Oh, I can do this. I forgot I can do this. Birch is going to... Or Scott Leather is going to come in the middle for Kennedy, and Birch is going to come on that fullback side. And those will be our only 2 subs for the day. So hopefully no one gets injured where we just have to take them off. But we have been dominating this game so far. 5 shots on target, 7 shots attempted compared to only 3 attempted shots by Sutton, 1 on target. But now they are coming down on the attack with a flick on to McKendy, who will take it out wide, find the cross, and Insall could not get his header directed towards a goal. And so we still remain up 2-1 as we come close into the 80th minute almost. And still are holding on to that 1-0 lead. We should have a few more goals by the way that the game seems to be going. Most of the highlights have been our kind of attacks, but we come into the 90th minute now, and 3 minutes of extra time, and it should be our game to hold on to here as the game finally does end with a 1-0 win for Chorley over Sutton. Good win, boys. Well done. And we continue on in some decent form. Not like all draws and wins. There's been some losses thrown in there, but we definitely have more wins, more points coming in than we have no 0-point games losses. And so that's putting us up to 14th, 10 points away from that, what's supposed to be the 50-point safety mark. But we are 12 points up on Sutton, who we just beat, who are still sitting in that relegation spot. So it's looking good for us. But we are on to the next game against, where are they? Aldershot, who are up in 10th place. A win over them could launch us up over top of them. Let's see if we can do it. All right, so before we get into the next game, apparently our president is looking to step aside, so we may have a takeover bid coming in, which could inject some funds into us. We're not bad. We're like been making a profit. We're up to 1.3 million in the bank, and that has been a good trend going up. What is our projection? Is to have a profit of 1.13 million at the end of this, and the end of the season. So we're in good spots. We don't necessarily need an injection of cash. Maybe they'll just bump up. I mean, even our payroll is 914,000. We're only using 682,000. We got a transfer budget as well. So things are looking fine for us. I think we're going to look to, well, now that there are guys looking to step aside, it might be hard to go full time, but maybe the takeover will bring us full time. Yeah. Who knows? Anyways, this is our lineup for our game against Aldershot. We are going to... Are we home? We are home, so we're going to remain positive. We remain largely the same. Hilton stays in net. Leather stays on the right. Bailey and Kennedy in the center. Lewis Baines out on the left. Ingwesson and Tomlinson remains in that center midfield. Newby's going to move over to his more comfortable side on the right, as Ebanks is out for about 4 weeks with an injury. Bodu remains in that center attacking mid, and Bermal comes in on that attacking left. Actually, no, that's a lie. Garcia is coming in on that left-hand side because he's also been training really well. So he's going to come in there. And we're going to give Harry Cardwell his start up front as he's been upset with his playing time. So we'll give him the start here for that. And coming onto the bench will be our loanee Malone, who hasn't been playing very well for us. His club... Who's his club? Scunthorpe. Scunthorpe keep complaining that I'm not playing him, and I keep telling him, well, he's not been playing well, and they haven't recalled him. So if they recall him, then you know what, that's not the end of the world to me. I haven't been playing him anyway, but we'll see. But that is our team and our lineup for this match here against Aldershot at home, and see if we can continue our momentum going forward. This could leapfrog us up the table, at least above them. Any result really can leap us up the table or drop us down. Apparently they're first in the form, so I'm going to say, so the media is right to back you up. And we are going to start off this match. We started the match coming in at 14th in the league table and see if we can get a positive result against 8th place Aldershot. We'll kind of keep an eye on Bromley as well. The fans consider me the favorite for the role, so we'll see how they do in the table. I'm hoping that, oh, we got a penalty there. As Bodu, he's got some pretty good dribbling, and so he draws that penalty, and Carbo will take it. He's missed the last couple of penalties, so I hope he can put this one in, and he does, just powering it right by the keeper to put us up 1-0 against Aldershot here. It's not the greatest penalty, but he just strikes it with power to put it in there, so as long as it ends in the back of the net. Anyways, yeah, keeping an eye on Bromley. We are ahead of them, so I don't know. They want to make it into the playoffs by the bare minimum, but if they keep dropping, oh, now they're back up to 13th. So, I mean, it's tight in the table. Maybe we can turn them around if they offer me a job with more money than I'm making now, but they also aren't as in good of a financial position as Chorley, so I don't know if I really want the job here. We'll see if they even offer me anything. They have to pay that release clause. That is quite the shot by Jordan of Badeo Smith. And Leather will take the blame for that goal. He's marking him here. Let's see why Leather should take blame. He just doesn't come close to him and just lets him go by him. And that is a rifle into the top corner at the near post. And we are tied at 1 apiece. But we've had more of the quality of chances, a much higher XG, but they've had more attack, it looks like, on us. And with that, we drop back down to 14th. And now, look, Bromley's up in 12th. So I said that, and I don't know. I don't think I'll get offered the job with that release clause that I have here. But we come into halftime talking all about if we're moving on. We've got to focus here at this game that we are playing now. I'm going to say look for that revenge. Tomlinson has been great, so we'll keep an eye on that. Ooh, Leather has been awful at 6.1. I didn't even see that. Leather's coming off now. He is declining for sure here. So Arlen Birch is going to come in for that fullback position, and we're going to make that sub right away. I should have made it at halftime, but it is what it is. Tomlinson's at 6.2, but I don't want to make a sub quite yet here. As Woods will take the ball, Ingwesson will intercept that. Ingwesson is one of our most consistent players, so it's good to have him in the midfield. But that's a flick on that falls right to Omar Bujal, who will put it up into the net, and Aldershot is up 2-1 on us with some sketchy defending here. Let's see, Cotter just like hoofs it up. Woods beats the much taller, who is that? Can't see. Click, show me who it is. Kennedy beats the much taller Kennedy. Flicks it on, and we drop down now into 15th here as we come into the 55th minute. They're playing more caution now, so hopefully we're going to press Newby with a free kick into Bodu. Bodu will pass it back to Baines. Baines out to Newby. Newby's on the left-hand side right now. He dribbles in, takes the shot from range, and that's a save by Walker. But now we do have the goal kick. Newby will cross it in, and it will head back out to Newby, who will head in across. It's bouncing all around the box, but there is an offside. And at the 60th minute, we will make the Tomlinson change because he is being awful right now. And so Malone will come in for Tomlinson. We're gonna say always press, and we are going to demand more from our team here. They have a corner. It comes in. A good header out by Kennedy there. From a distance, they take the shot, and it goes over the top of the bar. And it comes to a goal kick. They did like the demand more, so hopefully we get something pushing here as we come into the 70th minute. I am going to move us up into attacking. And at the 72nd minute, I think we're going to make a change here. We will bring Lewis Riley in as the shadow striker. We'll do that and see if we can get some attacking punch in that center mid. Boadu is only on a 6.5, so he hasn't been great so far this match. as we come into the 82nd minute. Lots of commentary going on the bottom, but not enough for a highlight. We have been pretty good in attack. It has been our fullbacks who have let us down, which has kind of been the story of this team as we end in a 2-1 loss to Aldershot. They are a league above us, but we did not perform super great. So I am a little disappointed with that result. And I think we've dropped down into that 16th spot, which is kind of where I think the media predicted us 18th at the beginning of the season. Now we're in 15th spot there. And so not the greatest game for us. We're sitting at a -4 goal differential. But that is how it is, and that's how January is going to end for us. So the next time that we come together, let's see here. Next time we come together will either be if I am taking... Oh, now the game's going to save. Is that if I'm going to be taking the Bromley job, then we'll come back for that for sure. Otherwise, we will look at the schedule here and see what's the next games that we're going to come back. All right, back to the game here as it is finished saving. Any job out of her? No. Okay. So we look at our schedule in the coming months. We've got, let's see, we're sitting in 15th right now, 24th, 8th, 20th, 12th. I think we will come back. We're going to play a good chunk of games here, and we're going to come back at the end of March. We'll play Scunthorpe, and we will play Weymouth again, who kind of have been sitting... You know what? We'll probably play Kings Lynn and Scunthorpe, because they are kind of teams around us, and if we can continue on some form, then maybe we will be up there. If there's a quarterfinal FA Trophy, then that might slip it in there. But that's when we're going to come back together again. I hope you've enjoyed that episode. Please subscribe, like the video, drop me some comments, and we will see you next time on Up the Ladder.